So over the last few months or weeks, I've been working on this very cute caravan, and all it uses is just crochet and cardboard. So let's show you how this has come together. I thought I would do a little bit of a design progress video today. I've got this cardboard box. It's not sponsored by whatever company this is, I don't know. But I want to turn this cardboard box into a crocheted camper van. Now, I could use that plastic stuff that crocheters use, and I could pretend I want to be environmentally friendly, but I basically don't have any of that. All I have is this little cardboard box, which I think is probably more accessible for most people anyway. So let's see if I can turn this into a crocheted camper van type scale model type thing. Let's see how it goes. If you're watching this and it worked out, if you're not watching this, then yeah. Okay, so we have a back piece and two side pieces. And you may be wondering why I've cut up the box, but it will just be, I think, a bit easier to crochet around. So this can either be the bottom or the top. It's a little bit weak here. And we have just a top piece here. I was going to do like a curved top. I think that's going to be too complicated. So, and I've cut a couple of windows, got the sort of, just done it by eye, sort of messed up there. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and crochet a flat piece of a crochet over the top and over the back, and then just connect it, and hopefully this will just be used just to make it a little bit stronger. So let's see how it goes. I can also use these little extra bits for inside the camper van as well, if I want to do like little sort of an oven or cabinets or shelving or something, so that'll be really useful. Here's the fun part. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I've done two of the side pieces, one with a window, one without, and I'm just covering them at both sides. The problem was this is all the yarn that I had left. So I had 4 of these, and all I've managed to do, that's what's left of the third one, and that's what I've made so far for the back. So it really hasn't gone as far as I thought it would, because I've still got to do the bottom piece, the back piece, which I've started working on, and another top piece. And so this yarn did not go as far as I thought. So I went back to the yarn store, had to buy some more yarn. Luckily this isn't too expensive, but they tell me that this one has been discontinued. So I'm like, oh great. But thankfully they had this in stock. So I have completely stocked up, and this should be enough for the other pieces. I could have done just cream on the inside, then a colour on the outside, but I really want a nice clean join on the edge. But let's continue and see how far I get. So I thought I'd just share the yarn as well that I'm going to be using, not sponsored at all. This is actually an Aran weight cotton yarn, so I kind of wanted a chunky, but I think an Aran is a good compromise. So that's a worsted weight yarn weight of 4. So it's just a sort of basic creamy colour, so that's going to be my main colour. So a little update, we now have some wheels, and we've got the little trailer with the smaller wheel. If I turn it upside down, you can see you've got these 2 semicircle wheels, and I've built this sort of trailer with a solid complete wheel here at the front. So my next plan is I'm going to add a little sort of storage box to the front, if my camera wants to focus, and maybe on the back a little number plate and some lights. And then I'm going to work on the windows, some curtains and things, and then the fun part, doing the inside. So yeah, let's begin. Just one thing to add, when I've joined the pieces together, I've just sewn them together, so I haven't crocheted them together. But I also added these sort of extra bits on the back, just to sort of add a bit of structure, cover up some corners, but I've only done it at the back. But it's pretty neat anyways, if I say so myself, a few little loose ends. Sorry, the lighting's not great on this bit, but I'm working in the evening. I'm just working on kind of like the bed, not the mattress, sort of the base of the bed, and I'm kind of making a cardboard sandwich. So I've created this very simple rectangle piece, which is divided up with some working into back loops and front loops. Really simple. A couple of pieces of cardboard, I think, just to make it a little bit more structured, and I'm just sort of sandwiching a little bit of stuffing in between, so we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so a little pause here. I have made a sort of cupboard with a little sort of top stove, portable stove thing, and this little cute sink, but I'm not happy with the shape of them. They're a little bit, there's no cardboard in these, they're just padded, but they look a little bit too round, so I may regret this decision, but I'm going to undo the bottom and add some cardboard, so I'll either ruin these or I'll improve them, so watch this space. But I'm really happy how my little tap turned out though. Here we go. So I have added the cardboard to these two pieces, and I actually think they look much better. So they look a lot more structured, and I've left this soft at the top so you can push the sink down. Had to redo my little tap because I lost my tap. That literally is just chain 6 and then just sewing the thread back through each chain and then pulling on it slightly, and it just brings in the top. You can bend it over like that, so it looks like a little fancy modern tap. But there we go. You have to let me know whether you think that's an improvement on the previous structure. And there we go. So a couple of things I have added. I've made some steps for the front. These don't have any cardboard, so I've just padded these. And I'm trying to work on a little sort of side table in here with the idea of just using kebab sticks, sort of barbecue sticks. And I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe wrap yarn around them. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. But I've also made a little picture frame, and I'm going to just sew a little picture into the center of that. So just to go on the wall on the inside. Let's see how this turns out. And that's it. That's the end of the video. I did actually make a little campfire as well, and at the front we have some little storage, and I've added a little stool, again using the little sticks for feet. Added a little rug, a little vase with some flowers, And that's it. That is the finished caravan, and there's the back of the caravan. So I'm going to get this pattern, all these patterns released at some point. I have actually lost the pattern for the curtains, so I'm going to have to figure that out again, but should get that up on the website as a free crochet pattern very soon. And yeah, I guess all that's waiting is a little character. So in the future I'm going to come up with a little character, but I'm sure anyone wanting to play with this will have their own ideas.